Just had to.
That was straight at you.
It was straight at me.
No, it wasn't. You're not goof.
Howdy indeed.
Oh, Jinxie.
Jinxie.
I actually forgot to hit the button for a sec there.
It's a cute horse.
No head.
Yeah, but I can tell it's cute.
Because it's horse.
It's Bat Pony Day.
Instead, like on Discord, like Giz posted a picture, and then you didn't even pay attention, and like hours later posted the exact same picture.
Yeah, and then Kyle.
So everybody started posting.
I have to admit, I saw Kyle posted immediately after me. I'm like, what's Kyle doing? Why would he do that? And then I scrolled up. I'm like, oh.
So there's like 6 in the same picture now.
It's great.
There's a meme on our Discord. It's a separate one, and of Michael reposting the same pictures that were just recently posted because he wasn't actually looking or watching.
I just see a picture, quickly post, and then move on with my day.
But you don't look at the horses that are already there.
I do eventually. It's a busy horse kind of day.
Hello, Jinxie. Hello, Sunset. Hello, Blur. Been waiting in here since the Steam notification. I already set those up. Did I already set that up for the week? I think I did. Yeah, I did. I actually set those up early.
Look at you on top of the game.
Well, I was just setting up the YouTube thing for Friday, and so I was unsure how to put it in here, and so I went and did it when I thought about it.
Every time you go into your overview, I just read the words, I need a mare.
What?
On your overview. On your Steam.
I don't know what you're talking about.
In the comments.
Oh, yeah, that's on the...
Somebody put that there, and I just see that, and I'm like, Every time. Because nobody ever types on there.
So, no, the whole point is just the notifications. Since apparently Jinxie uses it, so that means it's good. I do it.
Yes.
No,
it's the only reason I ever knew when your streams were. That's what I used, was the
Steam notifications?
Steam notifications.
Well, that was back when that was one of the few actual things that I did a notification on.
Well, Steam is the one of 2 programs I always have open. It's Steam and Discord. And Discord, I didn't used to have that. It used to all be Skype, and that didn't really do notifications. So Steam was always kind of the go-to.
Yeah, I started doing it because it just came in handy, having that as a notification, and then it would be that anybody that was there, that was by their choice. And I would do that, Twitter, and DeviantArt. Yeah. But DeviantArt ended up, I was just spamming like journal entries to do that, so I stopped doing that, and I started doing Discord instead. No, Discord, and now I have the YouTube community tab.
Yeah. Just Steam. If I'm at my computer, Steam is always open because I'm probably playing a video game.
Just we're doing horse stuff. Still working on this animation. I have worked on this quite a bit, actually, in the off time. I haven't done anything with this one other than wait, no, I did do something. Oh, I added the door exploding.
just leave it like that. It's fine.
But because of this, like, it means I can cheat a little bit on some of the animation with her.
Mm-hmm.
I actually tried to see if I could utilize a different animation that I've already done for getting out of the door. No, it's not possible. I might be able to use a weird flip one. I can see. I might be able to try that one. You started doing it? Oh yeah, I don't know if you were here last time. We started this weird little Starlight one. It's only been like 2 streams otherwise. So I haven't done lip syncing for that, but I did the lip syncing for the rest. So that this one's got most of the stuff done other than merging stuff. Oh, so I have the like
the bat.
The bat comes in there. I already have the audio for that too. Oh, we gotta turn that down.
You cannot stop the magic.
So I did the lip syncing. I did that little weapon. I cleaned up some of the lighting. I did the door. So some of the like logistic stuff on the side. So what's with the fire behind her? She's angry, and I needed to give her a reason to be angry. Hello, Scope.
Yes, hello,
Scope.
Scope.
Oh boy, it's Scope.
Oh boy.
Oh
Let's
boy.
go to the hammock. funny.
Like, before you started reading the book, you would have been just, like, following along with it.
Yeah.
But...
Now I know all the contexts.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, I don't want to do this part right now because lip syncing. I'm going to try to poke at that over the next couple days. But I want to try to 100% finish this shot, which we're actually pretty close.
Cannot stop the magic.
I was trying to think of like, or I had the idea of
The magic.
after she does that, just have a truck hit her and have Trixie driving the truck. It seems stupid.
It seems stupid.
But or
The
Could
magic.
throw a tennis ball at her.
I actually considered that throwing a tennis ball at her because it would stop the magic.
Yes. If it just plopped right on her horn.
You know what? Let me see. Do we have a tennis ball?
The ears on these models are bigger.
Actually, that would actually make animating easier. Because if I did, I would have her keep standing there and not have her run off, which means I wouldn't have to blend in that motion, which would make it actually take less time to add a tennis ball than not.
Just type in ball.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I can probably find one on the workshop or just make one.
Why? Why is he under ball?
Baseball. It's under Blue Flytrap Baseball Christian Sir.
Why? I don't want to
When
see
you think
him.
ball.
Yeah, I think
Whoa. See, like, I could probably retexture that to be a baseball.
Yeah, or
It's a baseball, tennis ball. But I'm thinking somebody out there has to have a tennis ball.
yeah.
Looking for something green.
Oh,
No, a ball.
I was seeing
doesn't
lots of
matter.
sports balls. That's a baseball,
I saw a golf ball.
basketball,
There's a
dirty baseball. That's
there's a
definitely
dirty
Fallout.
baseball.
Definitely Fallout.
No,
assets,
it's from something else. It's one of the
Really?
mega packs. Just because it's dirty does not mean it's
Everything
from,
dirty is from Fallout.
Maybe.
Oh, tennis
aha!
ball. Boom. There you
Boom.
go.
This
It
might be
has tennis in the title. Why didn't it come up earlier?
It wasn't done loading the library. It was the mask is what towards the end of my library loads. Heavy is magic. That is not heavy. That is Demo Man.
It's different, okay?
Go back to your Overwatch. Tennis ball or a bowling ball. Anything that's a ball, you can texture to it.
Mm.
I kind of miss playing TF2. I used to have a lot of good times on there.
TF2 is fun. It's just, I'd be fun playing it. I'm gonna have a lot of time on Thursday for you to do something. That is a big tennis ball.
With extra protection because she's too
Yes,
powerful.
Extra
Good
shield.
Chad. I need to make it big enough to where it will like.
It's close.
So do I want to actually have it hit her horn or just hit her in the chest and bounce?
I'll leave that up to you. Which do you think is funnier? Maybe we should ask chat.
Well, it hitting her horn would be hard because it would have to be very targeted, specific, and having it come at an angle would have it like coming off screen here. Having it like hit her in the head, I think, would actually put it at a lower angle, but I would have to animate it, which would be kind of tough.
Would it
Hello,
be
sir.
better thrown in or levitated in? Be a magic.
I like the idea of it being thrown.
Yeah, I do too. I just gotta talking.
Let's see if. Oh, the coloration is actually perfect. I'm gonna I do want to play with the lighting a little bit because I did find that the part that is of interest is on the dark side, and so I want to make that easier to see. So I'm probably gonna have to up the blue a little bit. But if I up the blue here, I have to up the blue everywhere.
You know what would be kind of funny, and it is a little bit of scope creep, but if it popped on her horn and she just fell over and like screamed, like and tried reaching for it,
It like immediately just cut to her like foaming at the mouth, like twitching.
like it's working. The shield is powerful, and I'm pretty sure you could find a Devil Man scream pretty.
My concern though is if I throw it onto the horn, it would have to stick.
Yeah.
But all it would have to do is interact with her head ever so slightly. I feel like I would have to back the camera up to like here to make that work. Because the concern is a ball would have to come in at an angle. It doesn't come from straight here, so it has to come from up here. That is the amount of... I might have it like this is all the visibility of it actually moving, and at the speed it would probably be moving, it would be a couple frames, and so you would have no time to really see it coming.
You wouldn't see it coming, but you could pause for a moment after it hits her horn.
Yeah, but then it just looks like it appeared there.
Fair.
So that's the concern I have. If I back the camera up to say like...
Unless you have it float in, but that's the other idea.
No, because she ran away scared. I like the idea of her just like turning around and throwing a ball.
Yeah, it's like, no.
Just want to do walk cycles with ponies. I'm curious because I'm probably going to get SM next month or something, so I don't know how to do this stuff. Well, for one, when it comes to walk cycles, there are resources out there. So if you go to... Oh, I was going to do a workshop, but we're not going to go there. If you go to the SFM Ponies group, and I have a cheat way to get there, because I don't actually like going there normally. I just go to the Hall of Elements, which is in that group. And I go down to there. So it is deviantart.com/SFMPonies, or ponysfm.com probably has the same stuff. I just know this one. There is a group here. There's SFM resources, but there's also animation resources. So what these do is they give you a DMX file, and you can import the animation for that specific type of animation. I have a tutorial on my channel that covers how to load in animation sequences. So I would just watch that if you're curious on how. But there's a lot of these of like, some of the ones are better than others. This one, the legs kind of bend backwards, which always kind of bug me.
That one's a little rough.
But otherwise, there's a lot of really good ones out here. So if you want to walk cycle, run cycle, there's a lot of different choices. There's Pinkie Pie Jump. I mean, I was one of the primary ones early on that did a lot of animation cycles. A lot of these are mine, and then a lot of them were ported, and this was Adam. I made the GIF for him.
Question. Click Pony Wiggles.
Pony Wiggles?
It's like the biggest one.
This one?
No, you can see the one. I know you can see
this one?
The one with the good horse on it.
This one.
How dare you?
This is just a picture. If I click it, it's not going to do anything.
You need to download it.
No. It's probably...
It says Pony Wiggles.
It's probably just, like, I'm guessing that all they did was grab the rig and they twisted the chest and then made the head work. So it's probably just doing like that. I did that too. Remember when she was drowning?
You're a bad person. You have to remind me
How
of
about
sad
this?
things.
Is this one better?
That's pretty cute. Look at her.
She's defying gravity a little bit there, but that's fine.
No, ponies are like 10 pounds. They just do that.
So yeah, if you want to do run, don't redo work that other people have done. A lot of this is for free. It's out there and available for people. Make use of it. I made the stuff that I made. I didn't make it because I was trying to get anything out of it. It was because I made it for myself, and if it saves somebody else some time, all the more for it. So
Derpy Wiggles would have been pretty great.
No. Didn't get to see Derpy Wiggles. I mean, we can make Derpy Wiggles.
It sounds like a stupid face coming up, and nobody even paid for it.
Well, we're gonna do that Derpy.
That's good Derpy.
See, look, Michael.
That Derpy has lips.
Derpy. Standing there. Are you a happy Derpy? Like,
yeah, she's a happy Derpy.
It's like, do you want to be hurt? No,
of course
you're
not.
happy.
Yes,
he's very happy. Well then, I go and I bring pain. So see, it's Wiggles.
She looks like she's in the middle of a horrible earthquake that's only affecting her.
Look at her.
She's dancing. She's dancing.
She's so good at that dance. It's like the robot.
Derpy. Oh, yeah.
Actually, the song that I had in my head was the traditional like Mass Effect music. The like dun 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 dun.
You don't have. Do you believe in life after love?
No, because it's like
No.
they're trying to stay
Share.
away from copyright stuff unless it's funny.
I mean, I did sing it perfect. This is now flagged. I'm sorry.
Yes,
my
you are
vocal-
not. You not only sound like Cher, but you're auto tuned naturally.
It's true. I'm amazing.
Oh, there was 2 stupid faces. Well, hold on. We'll bring that derby back.
Okay, well,
What can we have Derpy do? Well, I mean, she's already
derpy
that thing.
ditsy do.
Actually, double stupid. Oh, trying to see
Do a
each other.
flip.
What a good night. Do a flip. I could make her do a flip. Well, actually, that's like super easy. Boom, boom. So here comes Derpy.
Her tail's
Just
missing.
oomph.
No, it's going through her. She has just hair. He's very.
Yes, her tail is attacking her.
Yes, the models are a little different.
I know why. Boop. I zeroed it, but the tails aren't on the other one. Her wings are also
her neck is so flopping.
they're back to normal. Her butt?
Her butt's fine.
Oh, her neck is too, because some of the lip syncing that I did included the jaw, but none of the actual facial flexes match, but the jawbone does. So the jaw's moving, just none of the rest.
I'd still be curious to see the new models, but with like the lip texture. That's the only thing I don't like about the new models. That one, the lips are all messed up.
She's fine.
Her ears are also missing. They're kind of squishy.
No, it's the jiggle bones for them. They're kind of going nuts.
She's like, that tennis ball, I wants it.
She's like, give me the ball. Ball. I wish it was fully animated because we could just replace the whole thing with Derpies.
Yes, I like this idea.
We're gonna make lots of Derpies.
Always a good plan.
I am going to undo.
Oh no!
Oh, what did I do?
Why? Why have you done this? Poor Derpy, she's so sad. You pulled her nose.
Let's see, she's fine.
Oh.
No, I think she saw there's a muffin up the road and she's trying to reach it. Okay, we're gonna just take these and default them.
Derpy is not donkey. Derpy is cute pony. Besides, I have nightmares about donkeys ever since the Pinocchio movie. So can't be. That movie is horrifying. I see cranky doodle donkey, and I just have flashbacks.
You came into perfect. We're doing some derpy stuff.
Yeah, derpy stuff.
Derpy, and she's like
floop.
but
like,
let's
She wants the tennis ball. She wants to chew on it.
I'm gonna take 2 derpies.
She go bork. Double derpy. Oof oof.
Okay. Well, for one, first we're gonna just do this. Okay. And we.
Matrix derpy.
She can dodge bullets now.
Yay. That would be useful when Equestria invents guns. Though I don't see... They already have horn lasers. Oh, she can dodge horn lasers. That is getting pretty trippy. Geez, Sir Edward. Oh. Hope to see you soon.
All right, see you later, Edward.
Matrix Turkey. She's like a slinky.
That's really fucking trippy.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's by frame, because I'm doing it by frame, so you can just see each instance of her in her existence.
Man, now I want to buy a slinky. I haven't had a slinky in a long time. Did you ever own a slinky? Or did you not have
I've
a
had
childhood?
slinkies.
Okay, you had a childhood. That's good. If you didn't own a slinky, your childhood did not exist. Slinkies were the best.
She's coming for that muffin.
Oh, we're just gonna get it. We'll get that tennis ball.
She sees it.
Yes, she tells us it's gonna get it. Like, it cannot stop a Pegasus as powerful as me.
Are you a muffin?
Yes.
I want muffin.
She chew on it until she's sure it's muffin.
So she... she goes and grabs...
She grabbed potential muffin.
She opens the muffin hole. And then... just like... oh.
She got,
Boom.
oh,
Wait.
escaping.
Then she goes and she grabs and bump. And then she returns her head to normal.
She got it.
And then the tennis ball. Oh no, yeah. Okay, it's in her stomach and it's like boom, 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 boom. And Derpy's not happy about this. She's...
These stories are always amazing. Excited.
She said...
She got tennis
She
ball
said,
tummy.
oh no, I think that was not muffin. It was delicious, but it wasn't muffin.
Tennis balls are delicious.
It was
Ask
covered in sweat and grass.
any dog.
But then she gets a tummy ache. Like, oh.
Oh, that's super rogue.
And she's like, oh.
She's got like super amazed.
No, okay. And she goes the other way. She's like, boof.
Oh, she's muscular to her face.
So,
Holy, look at his forearm. Holy crap.
no, I think
She gonna beat us up.
it's affecting her body in weird ways and can't control it. So,
Tennis balls will do that.
so it's just like she's down there. It's like, oh, like she's just twitching all over the
This
place.
is bouncing around. That's tennis balls do.
She's like, oh, and then the tennis ball goes out the butt,
Oh, that's
and
good.
then she goes boom, 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 and then she's like,
Like, hey, look, I'm up.
and then so she looks down, and she's like, ooh. There's muffin. So she's at this point she's blind from the pain, so she's just sniffing around trying to find it, and she gets to it, and then this is how horses use. This is how they get to the ground. It's way less energy used, and she goes and.
You just animate a horse eating grass.
She eats the tennis ball, and then she's like nom 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 nom.
It's an endless cycle.
Yep. And then she goes back to normal, and then she says, "Uh-oh." I have learned nothing productive.
Dear Celestia, I didn't learn anything.
I learned how to poop tennis balls.
That is an impressive skill. That would require a lot of butt muscles. don't know what else.
There's a lot of parts of your body that would need to work in many different ways, like getting it down your throat and getting it through your intestines.
Mostly butt muscles.
I think that's actually the easiest part of the whole process.
I don't know.
Derpy is so cute. I read that part. I don't know if that's in regards to the pooping of a tennis ball. Maybe.
Derpy is cute.
What do you think of the... Oh, hello, Squid. What do you think about the character design of the 3D Pony movie? I think it's great. I mean...
Character design was good.
No, the character design was all great. The animation quality was great. Everything was good.
The story was a good introduction to the characters, but not much more than that. I've seen a lot of comparison to the MLP, the previous MLP movie, but by the time that movie came out, the characters were already super well established. So I think it's fair to compare the new movie to the pilot episode from Gen 4. And I'd say they're pretty on par with one another.
What is the story? I have no freaking clue. It's literally, we're just kind of making it up as we go. It's only going to be like 15, probably 17, 18 seconds long, plus like 3 seconds for credits. Teammate stream is killing me. Well, I might not be able to stick around. I'm sorry. Stop the download. Yeah, well, it's 1080p, but it's only 30 FPS. 60 FPS 1080p is stupid because it doesn't... It's useless. I'm actually running at a higher bit rate than I need to. I think I'm running at like 6,000 when I could prop it to like 4,500. Can't change it midstream though. I usually keep it at high because for gaming it's better to have it that high, and I keep forgetting to swap it. She's sticking herself in there. It's like, boop.
This is like, oh no, I have fallen into the trap.
Okay, if we're gonna do the tennis ball thing, it's gonna extend that a little bit. So let me get the audio back in.
Stop the magic!
I do like that the shadowing does give... I keep getting hung up on the lips, but I do like that the shadowing at least creates some definition.
Well, here, this will be the actual one.
Yeah.
And at this point, it adds a lot. And that's what I said before, is you don't need the lipstick if you do like detailed lighting. But if you do generic lighting like this, you're gonna have a much harder time trying to get that lighting because it's all so flat. I went to 5,000 cups of coffee. I still haven't spent one. There's a lot of cups of coffee up there.
I had 2 cups of coffee today. Speaking of coffee,
You
that's a lot
cannot
of coffee
stop
for
the
me.
magic!
Coffee is delicious.
Coffee is delicious.
magic.
Also, work was super slow today. I needed the second cup. Gotta stay awake.
Okay, so where do I want to have? I think I'm. Yeah, these bookmarks are destroyed. I don't know where these go anymore. So it's wait, no. Actually, I do know where they go. Though I think even all that is, yeah, all destroyed too. So jumps in, and it'll be here.
Me?
Yeah,
Trying to read chat behind your mic.
trying to make it so you don't.
Anywhere you move it is just gonna block
can't
one
get-
thing or another.
To get it to go straight through that gap, I have to have it this way.
But yeah, headphone. Everybody hates coffee when they're younger. Like, it's something as you get older, I don't know, taste buds change. I don't know how it works.
No, it's more of an acquired thing, I think. And when your body starts touching with a addictive drug, it probably starts going, "Give me more. Yes, this tastes good. Give me more."
I don't know. Some people drink decaf and like it. Those are weird people, but
Yeah. Well, so if you have like 1 cup of coffee, but then you use decaf for the rest of the day, sometimes you can give your brain the idea that it's energy, and it's like a placebo. If you guys give somebody that wants coffee a decaf, they might not get the full kick, but they might get some just because their body thinks that they're getting the kick.
I like coffee flavored candies too.
But that's not even coffee. A lot of the times that's a whole artificial thing.
Yeah.
Cannot stop the magic.
I know the very first cup of I still remember the very first cup of coffee I ever had because I was curious as a kid as to what coffee tasted like. And so I grabbed my dad's like cold cup of like half drunken coffee and I took a sip, but he was also using it as an ashtray. So that was my first introduction to coffee, was drinking like cigarette ashes mixed with cold coffee. I don't think I drank coffee properly until I was probably in my mid-20s because I had had such a bad experience early on. That's me. I'm weird. He can vouch for that.
Gotta lock the tennis ball ahead at this point. Make sure that this motion fits. So this is an animation trick for anybody that does keyframing and wants to save some time with keyframing. I just need to pull her back ever so slightly. I think she's reacting from the hit, but I could move all her bones to actually position her backwards, but I've already have a position, and that's this one. So because I have her forward and I have her backwards. So the nice thing is you don't have to, like, I guess, fully paste. I want to make sure that that's okay. You don't have to fully paste anything. So when you're like playheading, saying copying the animation from here to here, you don't have to paste all of it. So instead, I'm just going to go to this one, hover over it, and then playhead, not the tennis ball, playhead her without her face. I'm going to play it just a little bit, like let's say like about a third of it. So now I have that little bit of a pullback, and let's say I just want to have her head pulled back a little bit more. Well, now I just go and modify that, and voila. So I did a whole keyframe, a unique keyframe, but within 5 seconds. So you can utilize. That's why, like, I like starting with if I need to do motions, like a forward and backwards motion, I like to start with the furthest forward, the middle, and the furthest back. The middle, because that's usually like your default pose. I want to make sure that that looks good. But then anything forward and backwards, you can basically kind of just grab and shift and copy paste parts of it to kind of get what you're looking for. The shooting star, working on some starlight stuff.
He's working on a nature documentary.
Is that better?
Can't you see?
Can you see it now?
Yes, I can.
Darn.
Darren?
Darn.
Oh, darn. I thought you called me Darren. I was very confused. Who is this Darren? Darren is a cool name, though.
I'm seeing the mics go a little farther in a red line than I want, so. Okay. The tennis ball just a normal one, or is that the Unicorn Magic Blocker Edition? They are one and the same.
Absolutely.
What I want to know is, like, they made a tennis ball. It is a legitimate tennis ball, which means that somebody produced a ball that is a tennis ball, but said it was a blocker. That is a company taking advantage of fear.
Yeah, which I think was the case probably in every society.
Oh, yeah.
Except the...
Yeah, I know, like, when they're talking about, like, blocks unicorns from getting into your brain. Well, how do they test that?
They don't.
It's just like, the one strutting her stuff to show it off.
She was really cute, though. But I don't know what name the community's given that pony yet, but like, the runway pony was cute.
Actually, I'm curious. Let's,
I'm sure the community's very much trying to name all the ponies. There's only one that nobody will ever convince me more. The one pony where they start saying mayonnaise and she opens her mouth. Her name is Patches. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't know what other names anybody gives them. That pony with the knit cap who goes, oh, her name is Patches. Spread the word.
I think this is the runway. Oh yeah, okay, so this is her.
Okay. What are the names being thrown out?
Well, no, this one was done already. I don't know where
done. It's the consensus.
They started
has
2
been
days
made.
ago, so actually maybe not. Oh wait, no, this is the balloon pony.
Oh, I don't care about him.
Oh, well, where's the other one? Is that number 22?
Oh,
No.
that's like almost derby.
Yeah, these are all the ones that came up at the runway. Oh, I like that one though. It's fun.
Well, she old pony, but she's fine.
She's like your spirit animal or whatever. Oh wait, you know what? She has a name because the show.
Did they actually?
She says blah 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 is going down the runway.
Did they actually? The only one that, yeah, chat. Look for the pony who does the like oh face when somebody almost says mayonnaise but doesn't finish it. That pony's name is Patches, and nobody will ever tell me different.
I don't know if I'm gonna find it like that way. If somebody can find it, I'm kind of curious as to what they named it, but I'm pretty sure she actually had a name. They actually stated it, so they don't need to name her.
You need to group all names of pony. We need to, as a group, name a pony Michael on Equestria Daily to get Michael a pony. I already have a pony. Her name is Derpy.
Oh,
I don't need another pony.
Thank you for the resub, Luna. Hello. You had an opportunity to put us a message and you just said hello.
How are you today? Is the weather nice where you are?
Well, hello.
Well, that is good.
I hope you're doing well. We need to, as a group, all name a pony Michael. Yeah.
Michael the pony.
Yeah, but actually, that would have been exactly.
What, the balloon pony? I don't want to meet the balloon pony. The balloon pony's garbage. He's a garbage horse.
No, it's like that's a decent horse. Oh, it would have been.
Are you
This one.
talking about the old horse?
Oh, no, I already broke the link there. No, the old horse. Yeah.
She got to ride she got to operate a trolley. That's a pretty
Sugar
cool job.
Moonlight.
What, the runway pony with Sugar Moonlight? Was that a name the community gave her, or was that the name the show gave her? Okay. So you typed in Sugar Moonlight and she's all over the place. So she's named.
No, this is an official name. So
Okay,
yes, I think that is the one you're talking about.
Okay, Sugar Moonlight.
Because she's got the hat.
Yeah.
She's protected. Look at all the makeup.
So she's a runway pony.
She's very sparkles. But yes, it's Sugar Moonlight. Is that an appropriate name?
I mean, if that's the name they gave her in the show, then that's her name. Like, look up Patches.
No.
But I want you to look up Patches.
No, because I'm doing the things I want to do.
Oh. The army that is the chat here, make sure that pony gets name Patches. Not that one, but the knit cap one.
Huh.
I'm sure it's happening right now. It's like a...
They are
Onslaught.
doing, is it daily? Not daily. They're doing it every couple days, I think.
But Equestria Daily?
Equestria Dailies does
Why
it.
are they the end-all, be-all of pony names? Who made them pony name king?
No, they're just doing it for fun. They're having
I'm
having
pony name
fun in
king.
life, unlike you.
I decide the pony names. My reign will be acknowledged. Thank you very much.
I don't like that I can't actually get her eyes to quite look where I want it to. Yeah, because it's kind of looking out here. It cannot get it high enough to actually see at the top there. There's ways to do it, but it's not fun. Playing Animal Crossing while watching you. I have priorities. It's kind of a low-key game anyways. That's kind of the game that I would play while watching something. Because here we have Rob, then a pony can be called Mike. Yeah, I guess.
That's fair, but Rob is a horrible pony name.
If it's busy for streams. Well, busy is okay, but welcome. We're putting, like... I don't know what we're doing, actually. It's kind of just some stupid stuff. But that's the best stuff.
I actually feel the one disadvantage that G5 has is that they have too many background ponies in the opening. Because the thing that made a lot of the background ponies in the original G4 big was that there was only like a handful. And so people kind of attached personalities to all of them. Now there's like probably 50 out of the first episode. It's a lot.
Oops. Out. Brown.
Skyrim is a game I have played the heck out of and back. I don't know that I'll ever pick it back up because I'm pretty sure I've done absolutely everything that can be done in that game.
A little bit of... That's base. That's...
Just like, oh no. I just want her to be completely defeated by the tennis ball. She can't reach it, it's too high.
That's why I kind of want to have her just like it immediately cut to like not animation wise, just literally cut to her just like on the ground just twitching.
Because you can't reach that. How are you going to get that off?
So that would be like for let's say until this point. I can always cut it in post depending on time. And then I'll just do cut. I'm trying to think of how to do this that's not weird.
What do you want to do?
Make her twitching around.
I just imagine her like falling over, just flailing. Like trying to... What's happened to Derpy over there? Why is she attached to this? What have you done?
This one with the universe. Go away, Derpy. You're not wanted.
Like the idea of her trying to reach for the tennis ball, but can't get it because it's too high.
Oh, she's just waving around.
Ah.
No, because that to me is cute, but not funny. So I think it'd be...
it'd be cute and funny. Which is exactly what you want.
So I think that's why I think doing the Twitch thing is a funny last frame thing. Where it's like the last 1 second. I'm still not sure about G5. I think G5 is great. It's different, but everybody's scared of different, and that's fine.
I like G5 so far, but yeah, it's not that I'm unsure about it. I want to see more because I want to see where it's going. I think it's the better way. I think they have a great cast of characters. I think the animation style is great. The character design is great. Where it goes story-wise is where it's gonna really matter. Complete defeat.
Starlight is done.
Dead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Even they're dead, they're like, yeah. I'm dead.
Yes.
Now you know she's dead.
That's how you know. She took a note from the school of Michael acting for you to say what it is that you were doing. It's one of my favorite Futurama jokes. You can't just say how you're feeling. That makes me angry. It's wonderful.
There we go.
Beat it.
It's for the now thing.
Wow, that's a little much. The tennis ball will start contorting her face, like something out of a horror film.
The head is so big.
It's like, I kind of imagined her just kind of like trying to reach for it with both of her hooves and just flailing.
But then
she falls over.
But I can't end it quickly then without it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that funny. I'm trying to think of how I can end it in Zoomer style.
Zoomer style.
Quick and funny last frames. Catchy stuff.
I was trying to like find something that would be familiar. I just like found this picture of this cat getting a piece of meat slapped on their face, and then falling off. Oh no.
Okay.
Reference material.
Yes, cats getting hit with meat on their faces.
Yes, pretty good.
He's fine, see?
I feel like the mouth is a little much.
I think it's fine.
It looks like she just turned into a Muppet the second that the tennis ball hit. Like, no, Muppet disease. Yes, the legs need to kick.
Well, they're not gonna kick.
It's rough. Having it rough.
Which goes.
No. The tennis ball. Too powerful.
It is too powerful.
To be honest, Luna, I think its connection to G4 is what has me most interested, because I'm kind of curious to see how things progressed since the events of G4 and why everything kind of fell apart. What happened to Canterlot, Ponyville, but I'm curious to see how they explore the lore.
Can I do a zoom in? No, I think that just keeping it right where it is fine. This the cut to it. I think is what makes it funniest.
She's like, ah. Are you just gonna do a straight cut? Like, like she's like, huh? And then,
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
I feel that that's probably the best way to do it.
A lot can happen in how much ever time passed. Pretty clear Twilight messed up. It's also possible she was defeated in some way. If only she had brought all of her friends back to life from the stone statues they were in. Look at him as he slowly gets the smirk on his face.
This is funny. I like this.
This poor Glim Glam. Oh no, she's twitching. Well, don't worry, Luna. Maybe they'll come back in flashbacks or time traveling episodes. Who knows?
I think that eventually you have to kind of let the old things die to make room for the new. Otherwise, you're just going to make bastardize and make the things that you love be old and bruised and soggy, and it's eventually just going to burn itself out to where all the things you loved about it you're going to start hating, because everything they make is going to be not as good as the previous. So,
which is why they have to move forward and make the Derpy show all about
It's
Derpy
different.
and her 5 friends: Derpy, 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 and Ditsy Doo, and then their little friend Derpy. I like this idea. The way forward. Or, you know, they could just animate Fallout Equestria. Whatever.
I can do a twist like here. No, I can't really do it in there.
She's really twitching.
And all those bones that are going on over here. Let's do curve, wide, open.
You know, Nolan, I actually think that would be an interesting thing to move forward if they do that, where magic was intentionally shut off to stop things that were getting out of control, and then reactivated those things. That'd be interesting.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's very much what's going to happen.
Like magic, magic being intentionally removed from the world by good forces. It'd be interesting.
I didn't think I'd be making Starlight twitching on the ground today, but
here we are. Doesn't look happy.
would you be?
I mean, I'd still be a horse. Yes. Late night confessions.
I just love the just cut, just bang. It works perfect, and it's easier.
It's so good.
They do that in cartoons sometimes.
Yes, they do. And it's always funny.
But they probably do it because it's funnier, but also above that, it's cheaper. Dark Creep alert. Screen fades to black and white with old film grain. Camera pulls back and shows this Cloverleaf ending historical documentary during this cantologic scene. No, that would actually probably remove from the joke. This is one of those, have you ever been to that Twitter account of Perfectly Cut Screams? I love Perfectly Cut Screams, And sometimes a joke is funnier if you cut it at the prime moment. And the only thing that could make this like in that way work is you could make something follow up on that, but you would have to make it very funny, like something that's above what that was. And I don't know if that would quite work. Though, like, the one thing that would work with this is when they're on the ground, like, twitching, just have, like, the Cantor Logic logo come up with, like, sparkles in like, as an advertisement. Like, this was the ad.
I don't know that that would work, because Trixie is also a unicorn. Unless you wanted to replace her with an earth pony.
Oh, yeah. That's not difficult, but to me, Trixie's the only one that really
would piss off Starlight to that degree.
Yeah, maybe. I guess that's one way to say it.
Yes, because they have a wonderful dynamic.
Upper face. Left. Go slower than that because at least you don't even see it. Okay, she's fine. It doesn't need anything with the mains moving. So I'll just lock that now. Get the tail laying on the ground.
I'm gonna get another drink. Do you want another drink?
You want to grab me a mead?
Yeah.
And then
it's
just throw
way easier than whatever you've been mixing. Your fancy orange slice.
Really good though.
Not bad.
It's like an orange
fancy.
flavored rum. It's ginger ale, rum, and orange slice is really good.
I suppose what I normally drink.
Well, just
which
leave
is,
that there. Actually, that's complicated. Throw away.
Well. Okay. No, normally what I have to mix is Diet Dr. Pepper and like a blackberry whiskey, which is just as good.
Exactly the same. Quickest drink you've ever gotten. Well, wonder why.
Look at it. It committed some sort of sin.
No, it just seems not as cold, but it's probably just the can. So catching up to some older ones. I saw Nolan said I'm gonna play Halo 2 Beat Reach yesterday and Halo 1 2 days ago on easy.
Why are you calling him out?
I saw him playing on easy.
Oh wow! No, and we played it on super hard mode together.
Played on heroic. That's not super hard. That's actually like above average.
Oh, now I feel less accomplished. It's like.
I know. Bring back Main 6. It would be like Star Scrolls Pillar Story. Will they bring them back? It's in the same universe. Because it's in the same universe was for one, probably because Brony's going to be more appreciative of that, and because they can now utilize them in some way or another. But I don't think they're going to be a huge part. A small part here and there, and maybe like just brought up on small occasions, but I don't think that they're going to be returning characters in any way.
I think Twilight might be.
I think that she'll come there as like there's.
She'll take up the role of Celestia, I think. Eventually.
That would be kind of neat, because then at least it's showing a growth thing, but then, like, also, where were you all the rest of the time?
My headcanon? She's a statue somewhere. I mean, turning enemies into stone tends to be kind of the stick.
The equestrian way.
Yeah. Like, so it wouldn't surprise me if she's locked in Tartarus or turned to stone or something. She's somewhere where she can't interact. She messed up somewhere, I think.
Maybe Chrysalis and Beef Tar and Small Child escaped.
Well, they did show at the season 10, the very last comic, they did show them escaping. I don't know if that has any play into Gen 5, but it did show them escaping at the end of the last comic.
So, Michael, how is this?
She looks sad.
No, she's happy. Hold on. See, she's happy.
I think it'll get a little bit dark, because I like that. In my headcanon is that something happened, and she wasn't able to stop it because she didn't have her friends anymore. That will be her basically her excuse. Like,
see, she smiles now.
If I had my friends. That is grotesque. Could you make your mouth a little less, like, contorted and deformed? Like, it's...
I don't know what you're talking about. Looks fine.
She looks like she's having a stroke.
She is!
It's so sad.
Doing an achievement run. I'll go back on Legendary for more achievements. No, Legendary to me is if I can enjoy playing Legendary, but I have to be in a mindset for it. I like playing Heroic because it's that right balance of being able to play through it with challenge. I like being able to kind of push through, and Legendary isn't that way. It's about being more methodical. But I have had some pretty good Legendary runs. I was playing through, which was on... Was it Halo 4? Yeah, Halo 4 I was playing through on Legendary. No, maybe it was Reach. I don't know, Reach or 3 or one of those I was playing through on Legendary, and I found it was actually easier than Heroic, because on Heroic I'm just run and gun, and so I get in worse situations more often, but on Legendary I was actually having an easier time because I was thinking about it.
Magic!
I also added all the audio down here. That was the other thing I added. Which now makes me have to fix some of it because it does not extend that far. So I had to break up a lot of the audio so that it had, like, the fire was louder here, and then it goes quiet here, and then it's quiet through there too.
You cannot stop the magic!
I loaded a model, so I can't do that other stuff right now. Okay.
Just that fall over is so good.
Look, here's on some of the bends. So, like, on this one, how will it look with the motion blur?
You know, I didn't actually think about it.
Fine. Perfect.
You know what? I'm almost certain they plan on Twilight coming back now that I think about it.
They have to, I don't know about coming back, but they're going to have them at some point. You know, they're like...
Well, I'm just talking about this Twilight. It's that they bring back the elements of harmony. There needs to be 6.
They're not going to bring back the whole group.
No, I'm saying Twilight and then the 5 new characters.
But that implies that, well, the 5 maybe, or there'd be new friend.
Yeah, but if they would be the odd one out at this point if they came in.
But I don't see Twilight being an element, because Celestia had all the elements until she passed it on to another group.
She didn't pass it on. She lost control after she banished her sister.
Yeah, because she was a bitch.
Because she misused them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But she didn't have them anymore. So I would having Twilight have that then seems outside of the norm on that. Okay, so that one's done.
You cannot stop the magic!
I wonder if I should add a slug. Like a... I'm trying to think of how to... I guess the transition to just... to that is fine. I probably have to add some kind of like audio cut or audio cue. Hello, Cap.
Yes.
I do not know what you said, but welcome. We're working on some video stuff. I think I can start doing Starlight, or yeah, her smoothing out here.
You cannot stop the magic!
Okay. So, actor, Starlight. All right. So I do not. This is one of the, again, reasons. If I would have just went boop and smooth, that would have destroyed lip syncing. This is why I have it separate. Okay, but normally it's good, easy to tell. A bunch of stuff covering your area, not covering your area.
No, I agree, Sunset. From what little I read of the season 10 comics, they weren't that great.
Hey, there's something.
They were something. And I think there are some bits and pieces they can take from it, but there's vast swabs of it they need to just pretend didn't happen. They've ruined Sakura so bad.
Really?
Like, bad. Like, her heritage and everything she brought from her homeland. That wasn't heritage or eccentricities from her culture. That was because she was weird and she did weird things and she was kicked out of her hometown because she was weird. That's so bad.
Yeah, but that also sounds like...
Sounds like what? I wasn't kicked out. No, she wasn't kicked out in the comics. She left because she was being made fun of. That's what it was. I wasn't being made fun of. No, it was like Sakura was this super interesting character that had this very like this cultural background that was clearly
that they never went into.
Well, they went into it to a degree in which they showed the art in her hut and the medicines that she brought with her and a lot of the skills she brought with her. But then in the comics, like they go back to her hometown and it's essentially just Ponyville, and they just say, "Oh, yeah, she did that whole rhyming thing because she was weird, and those masks she has and all that stuff that appeared to be from her culture. No, she just made that herself, and because she's weird." That was the entire explanation. It was so bad. No, that's one of those things they need to throw out. It would actually be cool if they did like a proper thing with just zebra culture, as opposed to just calling Sakura weird. Luna, if you want to read season 10, it's out there. It's the comics, the IDW comics. I'm not gonna go into detail on where you can find it. You can find it.
You cannot.
Are you gonna give her that hair?
Change something and forces that.
Proud.
I wanted to potentially animate her eyes to be smaller, but to do that I needed to makes the eyes seem wider.
Cannot stop the magic. Stop the magic. Not stop them. Not stop.
I think the eyebrows also need to be brought in, be a steeper angle here, and that might help too. Nice thing is I only have to do one eyebrow. Actually, I should probably just grab the one eyebrow. I hate working with eyebrows. I like things that are have synergy, like they work together. The problem with the eyebrows is that they are opposite rotations, so I can't just grab one.
Mm-hmm.
There, that actually kind of helped for what I was trying to do.
At least if you're doing the shot from only one side, you can.
Yeah. The front legs I love because they have equal rotations, left to right. Mm-hmm. So I can usually, if I want to have them bend down, I can grab both at the same time and bend them equally. But the back legs I can't, eyebrows I can't. Those are always more frustrating because it's basically twice as much work. That works for what I was trying to do. I just had to poke at it a little bit to get it to work. I do not want to grab any lower face and tongue though. I think I figured it to be about like this.
Cap, I don't know what you said, but you seem happy about it.
Yes. But I like smiles, so smiley face to you as well. Is where they're going to use the craftastic platform. Yeah, and that there's actually a tree of harmony in the other kingdom. Anybody in there, monkey, who use the elements. But if
was that from the comics? Because I don't know. Like I only read some of the comics; they weren't good.
But if the elements were about determining the true nature of a person to whether or not they have the right to be used, then more than likely they're always going to be used correctly. But then the elements then are being the judges of the universe, so...
The elements do appear to pick who they want to be attached to. That's why they ditched Celestia after she abused them.
Yeah, but they chose to be used.
Yeah. And then they immediately chose not to be used by her anymore.
I guess I can't actually... You shouldn't animate a skin like this. It doesn't make any sense. So I gotta...
So...
Lauren Foss originally planned on having a shadow enemy of corruption similar to those fighting herds. I like those fighting herds.
She did plan on having a Discord
Discord was within her writing time, though. Discord was around during her time.
No, he was supposed to be the final big baddie. But yeah, she stated that when they redeemed him, it actually upset her. But that was after she was off the show, so.
Yeah, and at that point, she
didn't have any control.
Yep, she started a vision, and the fact that they decided to go another way with it isn't their fault. That's because she left.
She left because they started changing things without her prior knowledge. So. It was rough.
All the way back to the button there. Oh, actually, these are not the shoulders. These should be the.
Starlight Glimmer's great. I think her dynamic with Trixie in the show is one of the best things the show had to offer. Because both of them are kind of awful, but in their own special way that makes them great.
It felt like if there was a hell, Starlight was in it with Trixie.
Yes, but she loved Trixie at the same time, so they were the perfect pair. I mean,
They're both broken individuals looking for redemption.
Yeah, and they find a lot of commonality in each other. I mean, the one episode where Starlight just straight up sells Trixie's house, that was Starlight being awful.
But that was... So it's Trixie being Trixie, and then Starlight being vengeful, which is her thing.
Yeah.
So...
And Trixie just is... She doesn't think before she does things, and then she doesn't really quite grasp the severity of her actions.
Well, like, I've been watching Ash versus Evil Dead.
Oh, that's a great series.
There's the quote in there of shoot first, never think.
No. It's a horrible quote. That's why Ash is not a role model.
It worked for him, though.
It did. It's like he's bad at a lot of things, but he's very good at killing deadites.
It's been very entertaining so far. Well, kind of entertaining.
I need to finish it. I actually never... I watched the first 2 seasons and I never watched the third. And I heard the third was actually really good. So
I'm only on season 1 right now.
Ash vs. Evil Dead was a great series from what I watched.
Well, it's Bruce Campbell being the best Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's good.
Welcome back, Sir Edward.
I'm surprised the amount of PC type stuff that they get away with doing. Like the stuff that would normally be politically correct, they make mention to it, but it's him.
Well,
being his
that's
old
because
character.
he's being an awful person.
Yeah.
And they make reference to him. The problem with that kind of stuff is when you don't do something that's, I guess, politically correct, and then you don't call the person out for it. But the whole show constantly calls Ash out for being a bad person.
Yeah, it never works out for him.
No, he is irredeemable.
Some people hate before, but my favorite character is Starlight Glimmer. No, like there was actually at Ciderfest, there was one of the special guests was just literally his thing was he was just the biggest Starlight Glimmer fan, and
Really?
No, because he was dressed head to toe in the stuff. He was super excited to be there and all that. No, I don't think that's super weird. Actually, that's not uncommon. Like there's a lot of people that really like Starlight Glimmer.
Mm-hmm. No, she's a fun character. She was a good addition to the show, I think.
I felt she was a shoo-in at first, and I was unsure how they're gonna have a character that went that far down a hole be redeemable, but then it ended up she ended up being one of the better characters.
Well, I think what part of what made her redeemable is she thought what she was doing was actually good for everyone. She was just kind of overzealous about it and was a little bit too forceful. And a lot of the people in the town were actually cool with it until they found out that she was not abiding by the same rules, and then she started taking people hostage and forcing them. That's when it got a little crazy. I did like the one episode where Maud basically reveals to Pinky that she helped Starlight figure out a place to like store all the cutie marks. Pinky's reaction is like, let's never talk about that again. Great. It's like little nod like that. It's fantastic. Holy crap, Maud. No.
Stop them! Stop them! Stop!
Kind of looks like Trixie's just off camera. She throws in this ball.
It's locked to her horn. I don't care about it right now.
Uh-oh. No, Starlight's cool. That face.
I'm very angry.
That's all it looks.
Very angry. Who took the last ice cream sandwich?
Oh, it's definitely Trixie's.
Murder. You do not read the bylaws. Ice cream sandwich equals death. Extra anger.
So much. It's gotta have that sandwich.
I want to go right in the hole. Right here.
It's like where the ice cream goes.
Oh, they're locked. Ice cream. Goes in there. And yourself.
He's asking, what is a brony?
I'm going to Google Translate. What is a brony? These words that the translator cannot translate. Ah. Messing with us. Starlight is the 7th main 6th member. There's a lot of other people that you could say might have taken that role. I just don't think it was ever over any period of time.
She definitely came the closest.
For time consumed, because there's other people that kind of came in and maybe would have been, but
You cannot stop them.
I guess you could say.
You cannot stop the magic.
I don't know.
You cannot stop the.
I've always heard the explanation for her character is they essentially Tara Strong was asking for more money. They basically wanted to say, "Oh, well, we could replace."
that
your
sounds like a
character."
brony reasoning.
That was something Draft told me.
Yeah,
that
sounds
he
like.
basically
Yeah, that sounds like.
heard down the pipeline.
Yeah, but that sounds like. But in doing so, you still have to pay Tara Strong, but now you have to pay a whole new actor, which instead is, if you add up those two costs, is probably not going to be less than whatever you would have paid just one character more.
Yeah.
So unless the person was asking for literally double, which would be negotiatably difficult to try to get past on.
Yeah.
So to me, adding a whole new person, because you're going to have a bunch of upfront flat costs plus some extras. So paying somebody else more, you already passed that flat cost time range. So I think that doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know.
Full out replacing a character is different, but they still had Twilight in there.
They
and
still
still
had
had
her in
full
there.
Twilight episodes. Unless their contracts were written into how much per episode by percentage or something.
They were kind of, for a while there, they did have her character pretty much only in the first episodes of the season and then the finales. Like, there was like they even did like a whole episode where they pointed out that the cutie map wasn't calling on her like at all for like the longest time.
But that could also be because they were trying to take the focus away from a character that has always been the focus and starting to give the highlight to some other people.
Yeah.
So it didn't get stale and old.
Which is
And you had
something I
different
actually
writers that probably came in there with a passion for specific characters and wanted to see them written on.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
For the Guardians of what is said, why is Sid said badly about them? That's what they said. That I think because people like poking at things that are different. That's I think the main reason. It's not like bronies have done anything wrong. Most of the stuff that any of the person in the fandom has done wrong is the same things that other fandoms have also done. It's no different. It's just those fandoms are normally things that would maybe be considered more accurate to an age group, to a cultural norm. So.
I See Ponies is like a really cool anime populated by a bunch of kittens that built an entire society, and it's delightful. That's why I like it.
Stop the magic. Stop them.
Except if they were kittens, I probably wouldn't like it as much.
Stop.
I said it. I've made the controversial statement.
The magic. The magic. Stop the magic. The magic.
Speaking of Starlight, I do feel like my favorite episode throughout the entire series of the show is probably the Cutie Marked. And that's the episode where Starlight comes back for vengeance. Favorite episode of the whole series. Got some pictures in here from that episode.
Or what?
The episode the Cutie remarked. You have the war ponies pictures over there in the kitchen. Yeah.
Oh, they're not pictures. The shadow
The
boxes.
shadow box.
It's actually I've told this story before, but I don't know if I told it for who's here. But the so yeah, I have shadow boxes that says "Free Fly Fight" from the got my picture of it in here recently, so I can show the it's of these three, and not in this pose or anything, but a shadow boxes, and it says I think it's like I think it's Free Fly Fight. Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. And with each of the characters, and I bought the shadow boxes at BronyCon, but then I had no real easy way to bring them back, so they said they would ship them to me, and they did. But when they came, they actually came slightly damaged. Actually, it might not have been BronyCon. It might have been at
BabsCon?
Yeah, it might have been at BabsCon, and it was just some of the frames were busted a little bit. Not all the interior stuff was perfectly fine. The frames were just busted a little bit. So I got some super glue and some and so my sister had some red paint marker, or not red paint, black marker paint. So it's like an actual marker, but it's more like a paint. And so we just painted it. If you get up close, you can notice it, but whatever. Otherwise, but I talked to him when I was at BronyCon, and they're like, yeah, so I'm like, so what frames do you guys use? And like, well, we use a certain supplier. We don't want to share that information. I'm like, okay, well, explaining the thing, this is broken, whatever. And they said, go to like Michael's, pick it up, send us a receipt, and we'll reimburse you for the cost of the frames. Like, because we stand by our product. I'm like, yeah, but the supplier's the one that, or not the supplier, the shipper's the one that broke it. And they're like, yeah, but that's still our responsibility. We'll pay for the broken frames. I'm like, well, then I'm not just going to send you the invoice, because I don't think it's your responsibility. So I never did. And I never bought new frames. I just kept it. Now it's a story. But the one that they did send me, a Pinkie Pie, is signed by the actual voice actor for Andrea Livin.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. And so I talked to him about it. I'm like, oh yeah, they were going through the booth like at towards the end of the con, just signing a bunch of stuff because they just wanted to sign anything. And so we just handed them some stuff to sign, and when we were going through the stuff to send out, they're like, send them the signed one. And so they just were, what was it? What was their names before? They don't sell any stuff anymore, but they did some of the best Shadowbox stuff, and they stopped. But,
I have one of their derpy shadow boxes upstairs.
But they had great customer service where they stood by their product like 110%, which was really cool to see. And the fact that they had a signed copy that they could have sold for more if they so wished, and they instead just sent it as a freebie. So
it's pretty cool.
It's a little bit wobbly here, but maybe I'll just smooth it. I think it's just moving a little too much is all it is. I just don't need to have it move so much. He's trying to counter emotion, and that's, I think, where the problem is.
I'm trying to remember what a world oh, that's the one where she swapped key marks on Luna and Celestia. Which is crazy. Like, she's crazy powerful to be able to swap their cutie marks. I think my favorite Starlight episode is the one with Trixie and her, where Trixie accidentally teleports the
desk,
the cutie map away. or the map. That Starlight's freaking out, and she's just like, I think I was thinking of massages. I don't know. Let's get nuts. It's just like, oh wow, I'm gonna murder you. That episode's great. That's like the perfect episode that just shows the dynamic between those two.
Mm-hmm.
The magic. The magic.
I always liked, like, I don't know, DWK, the episode he reviewed with Trixie and Starlight going to the Changeling Hive. That's my favorite episode of his.
The magic.
Just because it's had some funny stuff.
But that's the one where he was doing like full animation stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did a whole song for that one.
He did a lot of standard like song stuff. He came back and said not long ago that he's like, I'm alive, but
The magic.
Yeah, he wanted to do something other than Pony because he was afraid that
The magic. The magic.
doing nothing but Pony stuff would affect his relationships,
The magic.
which is understandable. Kind of sad to hear, but I guess I get it. He basically explained it as it's hard to explain to a potential girlfriend that you make a living making videos, but
you're making money on it. You're making money on it.
yeah,
And he was doing fine, but it
He
was
was.
just sucked because his stuff was funny.
his stuff was super funny. I'm kind of sad he made that decision, but that's his decision to make. So
The magic.
I hope he finds what he's looking for.
I hope you guys aren't sick of, the magic being stated over and over and over again.
The Magics.
The magic. The magic. The magic. Magic. Magic.
He did also state in the video that he might do Pony again, but we'll see. It's been a couple of years now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I have a signed Army of Darkness poster by Bruce Campbell. That's actually pretty cool. I'd like something like that.
Oh, that's pretty fucking cool. My sister stole it and sold it at some other collectibles in an auction.
Aw, that's
Did she get a black eye for it? Because I would have given a black eye for something like that.
You know, I
Easy.
got John Delancey. The very first BronyCon I ever went to, the one I first met you at, I bought a picture of Discord and had John Delancey sign it, and I was so concerned that it would get wrinkled up that I took it back to the hotel room and laid it out on my bed so that it wouldn't get damaged, and then went back to the con. Came back, my sister had sat on it. I was not happy. I still have it upstairs, but it's still got a couple
Yeah, you put it in a
creases
frame and it's fine. And sometimes it sucks at first, but if it's something you never intend to sell in the future, it has a story behind it, and that makes it better.
The story being, my sister sat on it.
You can see this is the left cheek that hit right here.
Oh, I was like so happy to get it. It's a picture like the one oh, who was it that did the whole story with the John Delancey?
Well, it was Crown Prince that did the animation.
Yeah, but the person talking.
He I haven't heard his name for years now.
He was the one who told me to get the picture because he was hanging out with Jay at that BronyCon. He told me to get the picture. I got it. I got it signed by John Delancey. John Delancey, I actually remember the name. It's like, here's the picture. You know where to sign it? And his words were, "I'm no dummy," and he signed it in the exact same place. And no, I have it upstairs. So apparently he was well aware of the popularity of the story at the time.
When he probably had a lot of fun at that moment and just remembers it too.
Yeah. He was having a lot of fun with the story community back then. He had a documentary and everything.
magic. Magic. Magic.
And I go through this fast.
Magic.
Because it's good.
It is good. It's not the sweetest mead, but I definitely enjoy it.
Magic.
The very first time I had sociables, I didn't enjoy it.
You didn't?
No, because the very first thing you ever gave me was the coffee cider.
Oh, yeah. That's a...
And I was like, well, this is not good. I finished it.
I
But
do
I'm
enjoy
not
the coffee one, but it's on occasion. And you can't even buy it on
pretty
tap
rough.
at sociables. You have to buy it in a can, and so I never get it, because if I get a can, I'm not going to get it. Well, I can get tap stuff. I've heard magic enough times where my brain throws it into the background. Yep, that's exactly how I'm programmed to do this now. I don't hear anymore. But I need to hear it, because it's no longer a word, it's a timing. And it's about ensuring that I'm going with the timing. The thing is, I'll go to the audio, but then every now and then I'll just kind of do this. Because what I hear and what it is different. If I hit play, it's at a different pace, a couple frames off. But if I slowly go through, it's much more accurate, and that's what I need to time the stuff for. But I can't do that all the time, so I just... If I do it to some other timing and then I adjust it later, I can just shift everything over a frame or two, and then it just works. Barely barks. She does. She's...
Go bark, bark. I don't get that tennis ball. Come on, show it up. I ate it under the couch. Good ponies do.
Bark, bark. Bark, bark.
Just
Bark, bark. Bark, bark.
bark. Reminded of Gwen, which is a dog a friend of ours has.
Bark, bark. Bark, bark. Bark.
Bark, bark.
Bark, bark. Bark, bark.
Tennis ball. Yeah, a friend of ours has a dog named Gwen, and they give that dog so many.
It's Gwen
tennis balls.
Stefani.
Is that really the whole name?
Yeah, it's instead of Stefani, it's Gwen Stefani.
Stefani.
Yeah, that's why his house he has that like chalkboard that says like Gwen Stefani Lounge, and that's where the dog's whole floor.
That whole house is great. I love hanging out there, honestly.
Stop the magic.
It's such a good hangout place.
Stop the magic. It cannot stop the magic.
It's the kind of place I always wish I kind of had.
Stop the magic.
Where it's just littered with like 90s junk. Neon signs and just nonsense. I love it.
Yeah, there's I eventually want to get the point of I love knickknack stuff, but I want to in the next like year or so find a bigger place, and so I don't want to put too much time into some of that like small stuff here.
That you have quite a few knickknacks, and
Well, I haven't even put out the majority. Like all my pictures, I have tons of pictures downstairs, but I don't. The only place I would normally put them is my room, but the room has become like a studio, and I don't want to fill the walls so much in a living room. I kind of did back here. I have a bunch of pictures up.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like my gaming corner, I guess. But I don't have a space that's dedicated like that right now. My bedroom is not a bedroom; it's a studio with a bed. So, in the next place I go, I want to have the more of that knickknack stuff. And so I have lots of knickknacks. I got my Mass Effect helmet, I got my Master Chief helmet, I got a bunch of those, and I actually want to get some stuff on Etsy at some point in the future. But I'm again probably gonna wait for the next place. I have nowhere to put it right now.
Stop them. No.
yeah, they still sell those Legends of Equestria figures. They're not hard to find. I don't know why they still sell them, but it seems like somebody always has them for sale.
Because somebody has stock and they gotta get rid of them.
Some of them are better than others. Like I think there's
people are
one
buying them.
that's just a giant spike being ridden by like.
Yeah, I've never got. Well, no, that's more. That has actually like joints. That's
Yeah.
not. It's called like the Guardians of Equestria, but it's not. I never got that one. I got all the other like actual statue ones. I think I got every one of them.
I think you're missing a few.
Any of the ones that have like joints? No.
Yeah.
I think I got all the others. But I tended to only grab when they were like, I didn't care about the Discord one, but I got it for like $6. It was like a super sale.
I know I got you the one that you didn't have, which was the Trixie Starlight one.
Yeah.
I thought maybe there was another one I got you, but I can't remember. Maybe not. I tend to like to buy you junk. Fun.
Oh, I must not have grabbed it. Why is your skin changing? Oh. I bet you.
I have a ton of pictures. I took them all down for to paint, and I never put them back up. But I have like bookshelves full of stuff. I have so much stuff I can't possibly put it all out. I have like when they did the first MLP McDonald's toy collection, I got every one of those. I would actually go into McDonald's and like ask. That was fun. Hey, grown man here, do you have your girls' Happy Meal toys and can I please buy them all? That was fun.
I feel like this needs to go up a little bit more. This one I can't do the other one because that one pulls back. I need to have this one go straight up. I feel like I did it a little bit, but I don't think it's enough. That's the locked it is.
Stop the magic!
Yeah, that looks fine.
Spare bedroom was research lab.
Stop the magic! Stop!
Well, that's pretty old timey.
In my old home, my bedroom was covered in collectibles, and the spare bedroom was a research library. Now I miss my books. Yeah, it's in. If I had like right now, it's like I don't have any spare space. The next place I want to actually get probably close to twice as big, because I'd probably be having a second roommate, and it makes it much easier to afford something in that range, and then it would be having more dedicated spaces. Because I want to have like whatever the next place is that I'm going to, whatever the smallest room is, that's my bedroom. Like, I'm 100% going to take the smallest one for a bedroom. And then, because all I ever do in my bedroom is sleep. That is it. I do nothing but sleep.
As long as it's your house, you have the rest of the house.
Yeah, well, not only that, but it's like, because the idea is I wanted to get 4 bedrooms, so it'd be like 2 for whoever people are rooming, whatever the smallest room is as a bedroom for me, and then having that other one as my actual like computer room. And I want to hopefully get 2 living rooms so that I can have one be like a gaming setup for a group, and
we just need to steal Giz's house.
Giz's house would be really hard to sound manage.
Yeah.
In the upstairs is what you're looking at. That would be really hard. It has a lot of open space, which would be really good for some things, but then there's a lot of windows, which would have difficulties for other things. It's big and open. That's the big thing. Mm-hmm. But managing all that area sound would be really rough to keep that sound from reverberating everywhere.
I know nothing of sound management.
It's easy. It's
Put
just
8 cartons on everything.
It's, I guess, not as much easy. It's more of how to do it efficiently. Because if you just cover all the walls with some kind of like stuff like this, voila, sound managed. But the thing is, you really don't need to. It's about just covering enough, covering your corners, and covering any big open flat spaces with something. Like the clock on the wall. That's going to bounce some away. The flat surface is going to be there, but the edges aren't. Like windows are fine if you got the curtains up. It's anything to just deviate sound from bouncing back or bouncing at all. I'm currently in a 1-bedroom apartment, but I use the bedroom as storage and workshop. I sleep in my desk and sleep in my desk. Yeah, that makes sense. Like hell, when I lived in a 2-bedroom with my sister, my bedroom had my desk that I was at normally and my bed next to each other. And then what's the difference between calling it a bedroom and a living room?
I lived in a studio apartment for about a year, so that's just what that is. You have one giant room, and then you have a bathroom, and then that's the whole apartment.
I had a girlfriend that used to live in a studio, And she had one big room, but then her bathroom and her whole kitchen was actually a little bit off of that.
Was it like it had a wall?
It had a slight little wall.
That's what mine had too.
Okay.
So it was technically all the same room, but there was a bit of a wall that separated it, but there was no like doors or anything. No, it worked out. It worked. Studio apartments are great if you're living on your own or just two people. Past that, it's unmanageable.
But even for two people, you have no private space. That
If
would be
it's two
super
people
difficult.
who are in a relationship.
Yeah, but even then, that would be really difficult because you have no private time. You can't get away from anybody. You go do your own thing.
That's why you leave the house. You need
But if you go to the house, where do you go?
somewhere else.
Because if you're going to go to a coffee shop, then you're spending a bunch of money to try to because they're not going to let you just sit there all day, every day. So there's a balance to that. If you're in inner city, maybe, but they're probably going to be like no loitering or something.
I have this stupid brain fantasy where two people who are like in a relationship want to spend time with one another, but
Well, yeah, wanting to spend time with one another is one thing, but not 100%.
No, that's why I said I'm dumb.
Yeah.
No, I agree. My dumbness. Oh, my dumbness.
A relationship will not work if you're not allowed to have a little
Yeah.
bit of flexibility.
Right. So studio apartments are good if you're living by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, they're perfect if you're living by yourself, and especially if you're just trying to save money.
It is a little weird to have people over though when they're like hanging out in the same room as your bed. That does feel a little weird, but.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's just again, if you can afford better, do better. But if you can't, that's what you got.
Yeah. No, I lived in a studio when I was going to school for quite a while.
I lived in dorm for a year and a half.
Yeah. That's a little different because then like the school's like actively providing the space and it's just a thing.
But in there too, it was more of like I was sharing my bedroom, not my apartment. The apartment was the whole hall. And so the kitchen and the shared area, that was all shared between everybody. And I would go and I had a bunch of friends in that hall, so you would just walk in between people's rooms. So your room was very much even a public space. Most of the hall that I was in, everybody would leave their doors open. Everybody would walk in everybody's room. Everybody would be like, "What you doing?" "Oh, I'm playing Halo." "Hey, can I play?" And he would just sit down and play Halo. Like, that was an amazing experience the one year because everybody in that hall was super chill with everybody else.
I mean, that whole situation sounds amazing, but I would still want a room to kind of disappear into.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't shut your door.
Yeah.
And there's a library, and there was different things you could kind of do, but for the most part, we never really had too much private. I mean, we all went to class, and you were away from everybody, and you never I wasn't in any class with anybody that I knew, so I was always away from them. So it always felt like I kind of had private time. And there were some guys that were like, "I need to study. I'm shutting my door." But for the most part, it was always every day. Like everybody would just like you'd have. In an hour, a couple of people would come in and be like, "What you doing? Can I watch?" And then like I would walk into some other guy's room and be like, "What you doing?" "We're watching Mr. Show." "I'm gonna watch with you." And we just sit down and just start watching Mr. Show.
That sounds lovely.
It was super fun. It was one of the best social experiences I've had in my life.
I always watched the show Seinfeld and kind of wanted that, where you just had your best friends living like in the apartment with you, and they would just come over whenever they wanted, and then you could all like
we had for a while.
Yeah. That's what like you had for a while. By the time I showed up, a lot of that had already ended.
Because it was me and my sister lived in an apartment, and then Kyle lived down the hall, and Jay Holler lived down the hall. And yeah, we used to go do workout together. We used to, if I did stream, like Kyle would just pop up. If you remember if anybody did watch the stream, like 3-4 years ago, Kyle would just pop up on a Friday or something.
Like I think one of the best part was not only that, but you could just like walk out your front door and you had a couple restaurants and a theater right there. And
good, not just a couple restaurants. They were good. It was Mexican and Chinese, and they were both very good at what they did. The theater wasn't very good at first, but then when they did their renovation changes, they were very nice, and it wasn't expensive. Yeah, we used to be like, let's go watch a movie and then get Chinese food, and we never got in a car.
Yeah.
It was actually really cool.
And
we're not downtown.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
That's
too.
amazing to me. Like, that life, just being able to, like, step out your front door. If you could go to at least 2 or 3 restaurants, a movie theater, and your work, and never stepping foot into a car, I would love that. That'd be amazing.
One guy I knew at my old job, he had an apartment that was like the second floor of a bar.
Yeah.
And so he goes, I spend way too much money at the bar. Because he's literally above a bar. If he wants a drink, he just goes downstairs. He literally walks down the stairs and he's at a bar. And
I guess he's a regular.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I'm thinking that the bar owns that place and he just pays them the rent. But I thought that was pretty fascinating. But he worked way outside the cities, but he went into the cities for living, which seemed really weird. But he likes city life. Did anyone have something expensive stolen due to the open doors? I wouldn't be surprised. I can't think of anything that I ever had stolen because, like, if I'm not there, I'll shut and lock the door. The doors actually didn't have knobs. They were a lock. That was it. So if you shut the door, you would turn the deadlock if you wanted to keep it locked. Otherwise, you would just open it and it would just slide open. There was no handle on it.
Sliding doors?
No, it was a normal door. It was like a door with only a deadbolt.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Kind of like what we got downstairs.
Yeah, because I'm replacing the doorknob soon. But but I mean, it had a handle, but it didn't turn. It just pulled the door open.
Yeah.
And everybody had a sink in their room too. But no, I don't remember anything being stolen because normally don't leave your door unlocked. My first roommate, my first semester, because I came halfway through, they couldn't match you based on like a personality because they asked you a lot of questions about like things you're interested in and trying to match people, and they did a pretty good job up when like the next year because everybody was like being rearranged. When I came mid-year, I got thrown with like the cornerback for a football team that had to get up at 4:30 in the morning every day and went to bed at like 8:30. So that didn't work well for my lifestyle. But he kept losing his key, and so eventually he didn't want to pay the lost key fee that often to have it record, and so he just would leave it unlocked. And I'm surprised nothing ever got stolen at that point. But most people are good in some of the dorms. If you're not, you're going to get found out as being an asshole pretty quick. My parents left the gate open once, and we were out for almost an hour. Luckily, nothing had been stolen. I leave my front door unlocked all the time, but I am down a private road. I'm on a private circle that is at the end of another private road, and so the only people that would ever turn off of the main road from there are people that live here. So maybe once every 30 minutes to an hour, I'll see a car go by during the middle of the day. Even during higher times, it's not much more than a half hour. So there's just nobody around here. Nobody's going to go up and check all the doors because it looks awkward and very suspicious. There's constantly people walking the neighborhood with dogs that know everybody.
Yeah, like all day and night. You can look out a window and you'll probably see somebody walking around.
Yeah, but it's all people that are local here. There's no connection. The people that are going to try to steal something are people that are walking by on a public street because it doesn't look weird to have a random person doing that. So
I actually lived in a neighborhood one time, or an apartment complex, where they had to have security guards in the parking lot at night because crime was so high in the area. The worst part was all the stores closed at like 8. That was a fun place. I got robbed. But that was when I got robbed by my roommate, though. That was that place.
Unlock this, and I want to have it go out. Okay, so this is just outside of camera range right now, but I have a feeling that this tennis ball cannot be here. It's probably going to have to be like...
If she throws it underhanded.
Well, actually, it probably should be out. and then just animate it forever, because otherwise it's not gonna blend right. Perfect. Okay. Because if I do this, I can have it arc like that. That makes this way easier.
Trixie's a good throw. That's really good. I like that.
Okay, but the concern is, how does it look actually moving? And I've considered recording some things without motion blur, because like I found that a lot of other renderers, they minimize any motion blur for actual models that are moving around within the scene. They just add in motion blur for any camera movements. And so I'm thinking, if I just remove all motion blur, would that work? Because SFM cannot minimize motion blur to a too low of a level. It will go down to about the motion blur of about 1/24th, well, maybe like 1/12th. Oh, no, it's probably about 124 or 120, something like 1/20. But then anything other than that, it just cuts it off completely. And so his motion blur is really, really poor. So it means that I can minimize it to maybe a little better than this. The fastest I can probably do it is 0. Yeah, I'm actually at reverse. So this is the motion blur for 60 FPS, which I always look at this is it never really looks any different, and I feel like it isn't, and I think that something might be broken in my SFM. Yeah, it looks the same. So I feel like something is a little goofy with my shutter speed. If I change this to like 0.1 or to 1, yes, you're going to get a much longer motion blur. But it used to be I could get down to 0.0083. Now I can't do that at all. I'm thinking the only thing I can think of is that since then I've upgraded processing, and the speed of the processing might be affecting it. I don't know. So 167 is the best I can do though. Or just no motion blur and then not care.
I like that actually. The no motion blur I think works for the scene.
Well, the no motion blur means that all they would see is this. Oh no! So they would see this. So 4 frames, which means about 1/8 of a second.
It looked good to me.
You were watching it at probably half frame rate. You're seeing it at slightly less, but you know it's coming. You're looking for it. You know that the ball is going to come from there. Imagine somebody that doesn't know it's coming, and then suddenly it's there. So they have no expectation that it's going to be coming out of that corner.
I can't put myself in their mindset. I'm already spoiled.
Yeah, that's difficult, and so I have to try to think of that. Yeah, motion blur would be good, but I wish I could minimize it more than what I'm able to right now. Like right now, this preview is closer to the.
Good. Yeah.
This is closer to what it would actually be.
I think that looks great.
The thing I don't have a sound of is I don't know if I'm gonna ever find a tennis ball impact, because a tennis ball impact is a very specific sound.
Well, it wouldn't be a tennis ball impact. It'd be more of like a.
Yeah, but you know, if somebody were to throw a tennis ball to a wall and anything else, you would know which one of the tennis ball. Yeah. It has a very specific sound. So I want that sound. I might have to look online for it, see if I can find some royalty-free tennis ball impacts. You'd be surprised. But otherwise.
Stop the magic.
I think I need to extend her looking at it a little bit longer.
I think you have to have it like auto go into that position, or you're just gonna have it immediately jump to that.
I think I want to have her look, because I need to have time for her to register. So I think what I want to do is add like another bit where she kind of just twists her head like curious as to what it is, and then have it be like, and then this needs to go a couple more a little bit longer too, because it's not about just seeing it. You have to, like, cutting off a scream at the end is fine because then you can register after that. But this is a visual thing, not audio.
So good.
I thought you were like, no.
No, he's fine. He'll be fine. She just needs somebody to come help. She needs help. Take the tennis ball off.
He's fine. See? This is what fine looks like.
I feel like the face is a little too contorted still, but I mean, it looks
and
like she's like having permanent damage.
I gotta look up audio for like one of the zombie noises where it's like. I wonder if foaming at mouth is a search term.
Oof.
Anyways, done today. How about someone even tell if someone is using their specific tentable song without paying royalties? It's more about just being good about it whenever you can.
Find a tennis ball and record it.
It's if I went and put a lot of effort. Yeah, there's that thing too. If I knew somebody had a tennis ball, I could just record it. So some of that stuff you can get away with, but I don't like grabbing ones that are monetized or somebody did have an effort in, because somebody is getting screwed out of, like, it's not a company that's always making it. Somebody did it.
He's trying so hard. Thank you, Caps, for like freaking English attempt to say Rainbow Dash is not best pony.
She is best pony.
Dash not do best pony.
No, she is. She is, and you're wrong. So she's best horse. Anyways, so there will not be a normal Twitch stream on Friday. I'll actually be streaming on YouTube. We're doing the celebration of 10,000 hours in SFM because I am currently at...
Derpies!
I'm very close.
Streamer Dash do not the best phone. Yes, good job, Nolan.
Well, thank you, Nolan, but also screw you, Nolan. So, I think this is actually probably like 999.75. It's really close to the next number.
So your next one's gonna be it?
No, because I'm not going to be doing SFM on Friday, which means I have a couple hours this week I need to work on.
You're not going to do SFM on Friday?
No, I just was talking about that.
I wasn't paying attention to you. I was looking at the horses.
Yeah, it's the celebration of getting that to 10K. So, yeah, we'll be doing that. It actually ended up timing out pretty well. I do need to do some work on that. I want to try to finish this video by Friday, but being I'm doing the stream, I can maybe get away with not and just do it the next week after that. But I want to try to get out for Friday nonetheless. So I just don't think it's going to happen. I might just take some relaxed time too. So, yeah. And Saturday is Jackbox again too. So.
Oh boy, I'm glad to hear.
All right, I forgot my stream derp. Well,
yes,
thank you, Edward.
I enjoyed the stream derp. This is good derp.
Me derp.
No.
So thank you guys very much. Remember me to pay Streamly taxes. Yes, pay the coffees. I didn't miss any other ones there. Nope. I will see you guys later. Let me get the kitty. There's Kitty. And we'll see you on Friday on YouTube. I have to figure out how to do that, actually. I need to play around with that on Friday. Because I'm probably actually going to stream in 1440. Because YouTube lets me. I can stream in 1440, 30 FPS. Most of the videos I have are in 4K. And my camera only goes in 1080, so it'll be a little bit weird. But, we have the stuff. Oh yeah, we can raid. Is there anybody on for a raid? Let me double check.
Look at that phone.
They can't see what I'm looking at again.
Yes, but I like that phone that you're looking at.
I was gonna say AZG. I don't want to overrate him though. I rated him last week, and I don't want to keep just spamming the same person. So, go check him out if you want, but I don't want to overdo it and make it a trend. So, so I will just end it there.
Sir Edward.
I will see you guys later. So,
goodbye, everyone.
All right, bye bye.